My top 5.
Oh
yeah, my
if
top
you heard
5
that, yeah.
tips. I heard for playing the game. Number 1, definitely play through the entire story all the way to the end, because you unlock so much stuff that like there's a tendency some folks have to jump out of the story as soon as they can and go try the other modes, but you get so many rewards and cards and decks from playing the story. It's definitely worth your while. Number 2 is one of the things I mentioned to you guys, which is think about the order of your attackers. Do not just throw guys at your opponent willy-nilly. It really matters what you attack with and in which order. So think about the order in which you're going to attack your opponent and break their runes. Number 3 is that there's a difference between trying to win the game and trying not to lose the game. And I see an awful lot of players who spend their time trying not to lose instead of making plays to win. So if you play card games, you might be familiar with the notion of play to your outs, which means build a deck, know what's in your deck, and know what cards you're looking to play to help you win the game. And make sure you're not just sort of making suboptimal plays that might keep you alive for another turn, but that's not your objective. You're not trying to stay alive for another turn. You're trying to win the game.
Yeah.
Another one is try a bunch of different colors of decks. There can be a tendency to hone in on just one color pair. You sort of get comfortable with it, and that's all you play. But there's an awful lot of fun synergies that can be found if you will try a bunch of different decks. And one of the cool things that our system does when you play ranked mode is that once you get to most ranks, you can't actually drop back to the previous one. You stay at that rank even if you lose 10 matches in a row, which kind of incentivizes you to try different stuff. You don't have to just stay with one deck and feel like, oh, well, I just won 5 matches to get from rank 8 to rank 7. I don't want to play something else because I'll lose all my progress. You actually can't. You'll just stay at the bottom of that rank, but you won't fall back to the previous one.
I like that.
I would definitely recommend watching, some of the influencers and streamers that are out there that have been playing the game for a while, because you can learn an awful lot just by watching them play, the decks that they play, how they play, things that aren't obvious, like when not to attack because it's really not in your best interest, and you're gonna end up giving your opponent an extra card that got them out of a particularly tight spot. You can pick up an awful lot by watching other folks play.
He just managed to give an incredibly detailed, coherent response while beating us down simultaneously.
By the other way, one of the other ones is one that we had earlier, which is in your very first match against the AI, when you had those 2 creatures and you didn't just throw them away into that creature.
Yeah.
Those cards ended up being relevant. Like, every card in your deck matters. So if you don't have a good reason why you're just throwing a guy into a random guard, then don't do it. If they want to spend their turn attacking that creature and killing it, that's good for you, because instead of dealing damage to you, they were spending their turn dealing with the creature instead. So don't help your opponent out by doing stuff that only in fact helps them out.
Sure.